Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I am making a fig and walnut tart. And this recipe is so delicious, it's very Italian. If you've never made a tart before, if you're afraid to do pastry, this one is a great place to start. We're using a pasta frolla for the crust, and that's another video which I will post at the end of this video. However, you can use anything that you're comfortable with, even if you go out and buy a pie crust, that's fine. Anything that you're comfortable with is fine. But because it's Italian, I'm going with the pasta frolla, which is an Italian pie shell. So what I'm doing is I have 1 pound, which is 454 grams of figs, and I've put those in this pan here, as you can see, and I'm adding, that's the zest of 1 medium-sized orange. And the way that I prepped those is I just cut off the very tip. These are dry figs that you can get anywhere. I cut the stem off and just quartered them. Very easy. Cut the stem off and quarter. To that, I'm going to add 1/4 cup, which is 46 grams of granulated sugar, 100 mils of brandy. You can use rum, 200 milliliters of water, and you let this come to a boil. I'm also going with 1/2 teaspoon, 1 cap, of Fiore di Sicilia, which is an orange vanilla flavor. It's very Italian. It's delicious in anything that orange is a good flavor for. You can find this online, of course, but you can find it in culinary centers or specialty stores, Italian specialty stores. It's a great little flavor compound to have in your pantry. So if you like to do a lot of baking, I highly recommend that. And we're just going to turn this on. This comes to a boil, so you can put it on medium-high to high heat. Let me just show this to you. I brought this up to a boil, took it down to a simmer, and it simmered away for 10 minutes. And as you can see, the bottom of this pan is rather wet. It's got this lovely sort of jam appearance to it. This is where we're going to stop. That took exactly 10 minutes at a simmer. So what I'm going to do from here is let this cool. My fig jam, if you will, has come to room temperature. So now this is going into the food processor. Get every last good bit of this. And the reason I'm doing a processor, you don't have to do this part. It depends on the texture that you like. I like this to be fine. And I'm going to counterbalance that. I'm going to chop this down to a paste and then add the walnuts at the end. Just pulse that a little bit just to break them up, not really to bring them to a paste. It will have crunch from the walnuts and a pasty kind of texture from this. The walnuts are ready to go in. I'm going to give the walnuts a couple of pulses. Okay, well that looks like we're done. The walnuts are nicely chopped, not too much, and I have the figs in a paste. This is a 10-inch, 25-centimeter tart pan, removable bottom. Just came out of the freezer. It was in there for about 20-30 minutes. I'm taking this out, putting it on a sheet pan, and the reason for that is even though there's nothing that's going to fall out or bubble over on this fig tart, it will, you're going to get a little bit of fat coming out of the bottom of that pan, and I don't want to have to clean anything from the bottom of the stove. It's much easier to clean this. I think the best tool for the job to spread this is a spatula, which I've just run under a little water. They're inexpensive. It's a great tool to have just for things like this. Well, there it is. It's all spread out. This is going into a 350 oven that's 175 Celsius. I'm putting this in for about 20-25 minutes. You want the crust to be a little golden brown when you look at it, and also you'll see that the top of this gets a little browner than this. It'll start browning for you, and that's when it comes out. Well, this is the tart right out of the oven. It's going to cool for about 5 minutes, and I'll take it out of the tart shell. And then after that, you have to let this cool for about 3 hours before you can cut into it. This is still warm, but I wanted to show you, to serve this, all you need to do is sprinkle some confectionery sugar over the top or icing sugar. You can also decorate this with fresh figs, cut them in half, kind of lay them around in a pattern. The aroma of this is so incredible. I'm saving this for guests, so I don't want to cut into it right now, but you want to wait for it to come down to room temperature before you cut into it. And the other thing I'd like to mention is this holds up incredibly well in the refrigerator for up to a week. Orange, fig, walnut, they all go together so beautifully. I really hope you try this very easy tart to make. Please let me know if you do. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.